and welcome back to This Last Moment. I hope everyone is doing groovily. It has been what feels like a decade since I sat down and last filmed you a video. I had a bit of a break, but I'm back, and today I am easing myself back into the world of video making by talking you through some of the books that I've read recently. Hopefully the timing of this means that it's perfect for anyone going on a summer holiday this year, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So the first book that I have to talk to you about is Etta and Otto and Russell and James by Emma Hooper. I read this for the first time last year and decided to reread it recently. It's a really, really beautiful book. In terms of its characters, just feel really relatable. Etta starts out a journey across Canada right at the beginning of the book, and it charts her relationship and her long history with her partner Otto and their good friend Russell. They're in their, I think they're in the 80s when the book starts, so they have a really long and powerful history together that this book kind of portrays, and it's just really well written, really lovely and warming, and yeah, just really gorgeous. And just in case you were curious, James is a wolf or coyote, I think, that pops up partway through. It was recommended to me by the lovely Lily from Inner Pavilion, whose blog I will link down below for you, and yeah, it's just gorgeous. The next book I read recently is Hot Milk by Deborah Levy. This one I definitely see as a beach time kind of read, beachside read, because it is set in the blistering heat of Spain. It follows the journey of Sophia and her mum and their trip to Spain to investigate why her mum is unable to walk for much of the time. And it has quite an intoxicating narrative voice. This is one that I'm not sure that I'm going to be rushing to reread. It's a stream of consciousness kind of book, which I find I just have to be in the right mood for. And yeah, it's intriguing, some interesting characters, but not actually my favourite from this bunch. If you are desperate for something to read, I'd love to kind of hear your feedback and see if anyone else agrees with me on this one. But yeah, like I say, good read, but not my favourite from this bunch. The next book that I have here is The Power by Naomi Alderman, and I heard so many things about this once I announced that I was reading it on Instagram. Lots and lots of people have read it and absolutely loved it. I found its kind of plot points and style really intriguing. The book opens as if it is a series of emails between a male writer and a female book editor in a world where you get the feeling that women are the dominant gender rather than it being a patriarchy. And yeah, from there you kind of get a sense of the intrigue and the angle that the book is going to take. So the power, it is established, is basically an electronic kind of force that is awakened within young women and is able to cause extreme pain and other various emotions to whoever they decide to use it on, and it's about how this discovery changes the world in effect. I really like the characters in this book. You get to know them pretty well. The structure of it is quite cool, and yeah, it was a really cool idea and really intriguing read. Kind of lifts a black mirror to our society at the moment, and feels rather apt in some ways. It kind of hits a lot of themes that are being discussed a lot right now. I really enjoyed it. I think I would definitely read it. Margaret Atwood likes it, so you know it's good. And yeah, I only have good things to say really. I've really, really enjoyed it. Next, I actually have two books that I'm currently in the process of reading but wanted to mention anyway. This beauty is called Things You Can See Only When You Slow Down, and it's by Heeman Sunim. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name correctly. But he is a Buddhist monk born in Korea who writes this really, really beautiful book on, just as it says, slowing down and becoming more mindful, and I found this really, really beautiful so far. I love the illustrations throughout the book. It's really visual and it's just really kind of wisdom dense. Every single page comes with like gems that you almost want to embroider into cross stitch or something. Something I do anyway. But yeah, it's really, really incredible, and yeah, absolutely gorgeous, perfect for anyone who is also into their mindfulness. And yeah, I can't wait to finish it. I'm reading it really, really slowly because I'm enjoying it so much that I don't want it to end. It is organised into different chapters. The chapter that I am on at the moment is Being Right Isn't Important, Being Happy Together Is. And yeah, it's just gorgeous. Lots and lots of gems and lots of good things to say about this one. And the last book that I have to talk to you about is The Trouble with Goats and Sheep by Joanna Cannon. This was actually a random Sainsbury's buy because Sainsbury's books are so inexpensive. They are cheaper than Amazon and pretty much everywhere else that I've been. But anyway, this one is sort of a coming of age and mystery novel all wrapped in one. It follows Grace and her best friend Tilly as they try and figure out where their neighbour has disappeared to. It's set on an estate somewhere in the UK, and it is just really beautifully written and fun. And so far, even though I am only partway through, I wanted to mention it because so far it has been oh so good and really done a great job of kind of setting up the intrigue, and I cannot wait to see what comes next. So yeah, random buy, but one that I was very, very glad to have made, and that so far I can only recommend. And there you have it, those are the books that I've been reading recently. Feel free to hit the comments and let me know what you have been enjoying and what you recommend, because I love finding new books to read, and we'll be planning on filling up my Kindle prior to my holidays, so please let me know, and I hope that you're well, take care, and we will see each other again very, very soon.